All right, we want to introduce you to our new garden. We have got 4 raised beds all around where we're going to build a greenhouse right here. And Becky's over here in raised bed number 1 because she's going to start planting. Well, we've got 4 raised beds. We're going to expand out from this on our garden space.
So the first thing the boys wanted to plant were carrots. And so we're going to start right here and do as many carrots as we've got. And then we're going to do a salad bed. So we're gonna plant lettuce and spinach and peppers all in this bed. Thought that'd be fun.
I bet you're cold without me, even when it's 90 degrees. Without me, I bet that you can get asleep in that bed, lying awake. Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm and I know. I bet you're cold.
All right, Eli, we planted our first raised bed. So we got how many more?
3 more.
3 more to go. It's not quite filled with dirt, so we'll have to get those ready. Let's get going. Planting cauliflower. I have all different kinds of colors. I have green, which is gonna be hard to tell if they're ready, I think. White and purple. Isn't that fun? So I have got half this bed planted. That almost done. Now we're gonna plant some tomatoes. So Jake made these trellises yesterday with these T-posts and the hog panels, and we're gonna plant our tomatoes along here, and they're gonna vine up. Well, as they grow, we're gonna tie them up or trim them back so they can just grow right up. So I'm gonna start with my chocolate stripes. I did these last year. I'll do
Dr. Weiss's
yellow. And then we'll do brandy wine black. Funny we don't have a plain red one. And lastly, we got our Amish paste. These are good for salsas. And when we get our cherry tomatoes in the mail, we ordered them yesterday. We'll plant them right over here and have those ready later on.
Where are you going? Where are you going? All right, this is our new garden space. Our neighbor was gracious enough to bring over a bobcat and a tiller and actually tilled up this little 30 by 30 foot space. So we're starting to put some garden fabric cloth down right here. We'll get that all laid out, put up a trellis here in the middle, and then we'll start planting. But we only have a couple hours until it's gonna rain, so we've got to work quick. All right, we're getting ready to put up a trellis right here. We got this idea from a channel called Homesteading Family. We saw them build a trellis using some boards and some rebar to hold the trellis in so you don't see anything up the sides. And so I'm gonna nail in this last piece of rebar, and then we're gonna bring some cattle panels in here to build our trellis. All right, now we've got the side supports in. Let's get our cattle panels put up here now. Okay, you're gonna have to go up so I can get one in, and then we'll help push the other. You'd rather go 7 feet.
Not for you. Help the duck.
All right, we got 3 panels in so far. You guys liking how it's looking?
Yeah, I think it looks cool.
It looks like
Take a nap, little buddy.
You're having fun though, weren't you?
Let's see his dirty feet.
Let's see his dirty feet. Look at this.
All right, well, we got our trellis up. I need to go through and zip tie everything, and then we'll start to bury it under so we can get this upright, because it's a little bit sideways right now. All right, we're getting to the home stretch. Got a little model to follow here to burn some holes so we can plant inside this garden fabric. The whole reason we put this garden fabric out here is so we don't have to weed this. We can just plant up through these holes, and then we shouldn't have to worry about weeds at all with this area. Since it is such a big area, something we don't want to deal with. All right, what are we gonna plant over here?
We're gonna start with our sweet corn.
All right, well, let me get to burning. I'll make you some holes here.
Getting kind of toasty out here on this plastic. Whew.
All right, so we already have a dilemma with how to use this spot. So we've got 3 rows of corn. We could make a 4th. Becky wants a 4th row of corn. And then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'd have 5 rows left to do pumpkins and watermelon. I want a ton of watermelon because I love watermelon. The boys love watermelon. Or we could do an extra row of corn. So we could do 3 rows of watermelon or 4 rows of corn. What do you think, hon? How are we gonna decide?
I don't know.
All right, we're not sure yet. We'll decide.
So we got these watermelon Congos, and they're supposed to be really big watermelon. I think they're gonna be just so delicious. So we're gonna do probably 1 row of these. We got some more watermelons coming, so we'll do another row when those come in, so they're a little bit later in the season. And then we'll plant our pumpkins on the next couple rows.
Oh. We put these little sticks in here so we can mark what's in each row until they start to come up so we can remember what's in here. All right, Becky, what do we got here? We got, this is here.
Yep.
Some Hale's Best jumbo melon, some pumpkin seeds, squash red curry, and some sugar baby watermelon. What are we putting in this row now?
Okay, we got some golden midget watermelon.
Hey, they're not called midgets anymore.
Sorry, little people. Butternut squash, acorn squash, some buttercup squash.
All right, we got some potting soil and some compost in here on the sides. This ground is pretty hard and rock solid here, but we wanted to leave it clear in the middle so we can walk through here and enjoy this. But we made some paths to be able to plant our last bit of seeds for this garden.
All right, we have got our trellis done, and now we can plant some seeds. I have some gray summer zucchini squash that I'm gonna plant here, and some other stuff, so let's get started. I'm not exactly sure what we're supposed to do, but we're going to just plant 3 inches away from the trellis here and have it grow up the sides here. I think that's enough space to allow for it to cling onto the sides. I got some 8-ball zucchini. Now we've got some Blue Lake white seeded green beans.
What do they look like? Or like the beans?
These are pole beans.
They're pole beans?
Yeah, these are pole beans.
Okay.
Where's your plant?
What's the one thing you want to grow this year?
Watermelon.
All right, well, I got a surprise for you. We planted a bunch of watermelon today while you were inside watching Isaiah. I got it down there on those sticks, what's in there, but I know we have some sugar baby watermelons right here. This whole row is watermelon, this whole row.
We like our peas, and we've never had enough peas. So we're planting a ton of peas.
Last year, tell them about how it was a fight to get a pea whenever one would grow on.
You just have to like run out there and be the first one to pick it off the vine, or you're not getting it.
So you can't steal a ball.
I'm gonna steal a ball still.
So we wanted something in here for a weed barrier, something to kill the weeds so we didn't have to weed anything. We were either going to use some more of the garden fabric cloth down here, but we have a couple bags of these laying around, so let's just put this down. we're up high today to show you our garden. We want you to be able to see the full size of it, but we're getting ready to walk through, give you a little tour, go over some of the details of what we're planning down here. Let's go. All right, well, the anchor of this whole garden is this spot right over here, which is gonna be our future greenhouse. We didn't have enough windows to be able to finish this yet, so we wanted to hold off on that, but we're definitely gonna get that completed this year. These windows are all gonna go up on this front wall, and so we basically sized the entire greenhouse based upon these 6 windows that we've got right here. But we're gonna do that in a later video. So our big plan was to have the greenhouse in the center, to have 4 raised beds around it, and that's why these are L-shaped to curve around it. And then we're gonna build out from there. We've got basically an area marked off from the edge of this fence over here to the edge of where the emu fence is over there. And so it's about 100-foot wide garden space, and then it's 70 feet long. So we started off with these 4 raised beds. If you guys have any questions on exact dimensions, just let me know. But basically the outside is 12 feet long, the inside is 8 feet long, and the ends are 4 feet long. Becky, what did it take to fill these raised beds? Because it was not easy.
We had a little bit of topsoil that we had left over from digging the greenhouse out, and we put it on the very bottom with the grass upside down. And so we had a truckload of dirt dropped off for us. And a friend of ours had a pile of cow manure that has been sitting for about 7 years. So we thought it was going to be a really good compost to put in the bed. And then we put some potting soil on top of that.
So we've got the raised beds completed. Let's do a quick walkthrough and tell them what we've got in each bed.
All right, we decided to make this our salad bar bed. We have carrots all the way up to here. And then we have some lettuce and cabbage and some spinach and some peppers. We've got everything that you would put into a salad in this bed. On 2 of the beds, we put these trellises. This is our tomato bed. This is going to be all tomatoes. So on this section we have all the big tomatoes, and then we're going to do cherry tomatoes all along here. All right, in this bed we have our broccoli and cauliflower and bush green beans on this side. This is our second trellis bed. We have beans, we have cucumbers, and lots of peas.
Woo. And this is something we're excited about trying this year, is this huge trellis tunnel. It's gonna be so much fun to grow things up through here, be able to run through here. You're missing a shoe, bud. So Becky, what do we have planted through here?
A lot of peas planted in here, cucumber, green beans, pole green beans, and some peacock peas, lots of peas, pole green beans, and some cucumbers planted right here. So this is something new. We haven't done this before. We never put garden fabric down on a big space, put holes in it and planted it through that. So we're excited to see how this works out for us.
We've got 3 rows of corn, whole row of watermelon, some melons, pumpkin squash, sugar baby watermelons, butternut squash, acorn squash, watermelons. And then these last 3 rows of space that we we'll plant at the beginning of next week. We've got pumpkins, watermelons, and Becky might use one of these rows for some flowers. All right, did you think we were gonna have a garden this big this year, Becky?
No way. I had no idea that we would get this much done in a year.
Well, happy birthday and Mother's Day and probably Christmas too. No, I'm just kidding. The greenhouse is really supposed to be Becky's gift, and then the garden's kind of a side gift to that, but it's something we obviously wanted anyway.
No rain, no flowers, nothing's growing where your heart is fire. But baby, I bet you're cold.
We got our shipment in early from Baker Creek. Connecticut Field pumpkins, some 20-pounders.
Strawberry watermelon.
Woo!
Jubilee.
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 Our black cherry tomatoes. Blueberry tomatoes. Mini bell tomatoes.
Sunrise bumblebees.
All
So
right.
my thinking on the planting the flowers, I'm just gonna throw a bunch of variety in. I'm not gonna have a real good, because I love all the different colors and a mixture of different flowers. So we're gonna just mix them all up.
All right, well, we hope that gives you guys some inspiration. We hope you guys will grow a garden this year too. And thank you so much for following along with us. We can't wait to see everything growing here in the garden.
It never rains in California. The sun is always shining bright.
Planting is all